Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Brian the Divine Healer here with you. Gonna do your reading. That's right. Just trying to set everything up, get it a little adjusted. You know what I mean? So welcome to the channel, Divine Squad, my loyal subscribers. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. You know what? You guys are just amazing. I cannot stress that. Okay. You guys are phenomenal. You give me so much support. It's just it's it's beyond measure. Okay. Unconditional. Really appreciate that. So, noobs, that's you. Brand new to this channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, become part of the divine family. You know what I'm saying? The more the merrier. That's what I'm saying. I got the little hiccups because I had too much coffee. Okay. I woke up early this morning, ting 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 ting. Woke right up. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning. I hear you. What's going on with that? Anyways, let's get into your reading. So your Aries Taurus cusp. Your birthday is April 16th to 22nd. You, my friends, are the cusp of power. Power. Ooh, I love that. All right, that's just what it says. So let me get comfy here. And let me pull out my steampunk deck. I'm going to do your reading. Okay. So, Divine Squad, you already know the deal. You know, that's just what it is. Noobs, I'm going to lay two cards out. Those two cards represent your duality. It's a balance of your yin and your yang, your masculine and feminine, your light and dark side. You know what I mean? So, this is why I do it, right? So then once I pull those two cards, which is going to be the energy now, it's not going to be for the past or the future because I don't do that, you know? So after that, I'll lay more cards out, tell you a story. Within that story will be your message, okay? After I give you a message, okay? Would have an outcome, a verdict, a grand finale, the bachelor rose, whatever you want to call it. Then you can go on your merry way. But when you go on your merry way, and you go to Subway to get your little salad, you know what I'm saying, with no cucumbers, whatever. Tell everybody about my channel, right? Bring them on in, right? Bring them on into the family, okay? Appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Okay. So let me shuffle these up here, and then we'll get right into it. Hope you're having a great morning so far, you know what I mean? I'm having a fantastic morning, right? You guys are really very amazing. You're helping me support my channel. You guys are making my channel phenomenal. And the more that we can put this out to everybody, the merrier we're all going to be. Okay. Because I don't speak nothing but the truth here. I don't do curses. I don't do witchcraft. I don't do any of that crap. It's all trash, right? See this word? If you can see it, it's called divine, right? This is what I live in. So let's get into it. Shuffle these up here a little bit. All right. Feels like, well, maybe one more. You know what I'm saying? Just one more for good luck. All right. There we go. That's better. Okay. So here comes your first two cards of your story now. All right. First card is this. Queen of Pentacles. Look at you on the Titanic coming down the staircase. With that. Okay. So you are creative, right? Beautiful. You got your little haircut going on. You know what I mean? Very stable, though. I like this. I like that stability part. Okay. And so let me pull the second card here, and we'll just get it all together for you. Oh, isn't that interesting? Knight of Cups. Well, looks like you're a little flirtatious. You're in this little frisky mood, right? You want to present an offer. You want to bring an offer to something, to someone, right? And cups is your emotion, so probably has to do with something that you feel inside. Let's get into your story here, and let's dissect this, right? Let's figure out, what is this all about? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to do it to? All right. All right. I'm silly. I'm weird. I do my thing, you know what I mean? And everybody loves it. So I love you guys. You guys are amazing. So All right, here comes your first card of your story. Bam, Judgment. What? Judgment. Ooh, isn't that interesting? All right. So something is going to be finito, bonito, end of story. I mean, this is like kind of, like I said, flirtatious, but you know, this is kind of an empty offer, right? There's nothing behind it. There's no seriousness behind it. It's just straight kind of casual, we'll say. Okay. So something is being called to judgment, and let's get a card and figure that out. What's it going to be? Queen of Swords. Well, what I see here is that because you're in this energy portraying this as, you know, the lady walking down the Titanic, this is your external self that you're showing to the world, but this is really your internal self that you're showing to the world. Okay. So it's like, that is going to stop. That kind of duality, we'll say, is going to stop. Right. And what's going to stop is it's going to make you a little PO'd. Right. It's going to make you a little, or maybe you have to trust your intuition and make it stop. Right. I'm not quite sure yet. Let's dig out these cards a little bit more and let's figure out what is going on. Okay. Queen of Swords. It's kind of direct, right? That's my friend. She don't worry about her. She gets a little sassy in the mornings. Here's your next card. 10 of Wands. There you go. There's a whole pile of burdens for you. Well, because you're in this energy here of being the Queen of Pentacles / the Knight of Cups, it's like, you know, like I said, you're presenting the world in a different manner that you really are internally. And so that is being ended. It's judgment, like cutting that out, right? And so that kind of goes with the Queen of Swords, cutting some things out like that. That's amazing. Like, I don't even know how that happened. I get a like with nobody in here, but thank you. That's great. It just started. Come on in, get yourself comfortable. You know what I mean? But how does that happen? It's like, ooh, a little mysterious. Somebody's behind the scenes and I can't see them. So thank you for the like. All right, so there's 10 of Wands. This creates a whole bunch of burdens for you because you know why? You're really in this energy, right? You're in this falsetto, right? It's like, I don't want to say fake, but you know, it really kind of is because you're coming off this way, but you're really showing this way. Bringing nothing. Empty cup, false hope, empty offers, right? Flirtatious, just kind of not really serious. So here the judgment is to be ending that kind of facade, we'll say, bringing you into the Queen of Swords. So you're a little snippy, right? You're a little PO'd, we'll say PO'd, you know, because, oh, good morning. How you doing, my friends? Thank you. Appreciate y'all coming in, right? So right there, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. You are carrying some burdens with us, okay? So it's like almost something is being unveiled, okay? Unveiled. It's almost like now you're coming into your real self, okay? Let's keep going. And this creates a burden for you because this is kind of like a mask, okay? Just a little bit of a mask. It's like the divine is forcing you to really start to show yourself, your true self, okay? This is what I'm really picking up. So 10 of Wands, huh? Carrying a whole bunch of burdens with this, right? Which is barriers, blockages, and burdens. So that could be obstacles in your way, people, places, things, situations, you know what I mean? You got 2 cards that came out, bottom to top. There you go. Okay. So now you have an emotional choice that you have to make because 2 of Cups represents a choice, right? It also could be a union. It could be a friendship. It could be, you know, a relationship. But here I really think that it's a decision you have to make emotionally. Well, oh shoot. You know what? My spectacles. Hold on. I shined them up so I could see better without the glare. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, you're amazing for coming out here and giving me some comments, right? Um, I just do the work because this is what I'm guided to do. And so if I can help you guys in any way possible, this is why I'm here. Okay. Bring the truth to y'all. Okay. So thank you. I really love that comment. Okay. I mean, that's really heartfelt. So you're making my day. Okay. So there you go. You got the Two of Cups. So now it's really an emotional choice that you have to make, which means basically because you were kind of in this mask, we'll say it's not that bad because, you know, the Knight of Cups is a little flirtatious, but it's still genuine. It's just a little casual, right? And so the judgment that's being called is kind of making you snippy. It's making you a little aggravated because it creates a bunch of burdens for you that you have to make this choice to really change and get out of this kind of energy, right? Okay, let me pull the second card. Temperance. There you go. So when you make this decision emotionally to really shed your skin, we'll say, pull yourself into who you really are, showing the world the true you, it makes you a little uncomfortable, makes you a little snippy. You want to like just kind of cut this idea off, but you can't cut judgment off from the divine. So this is meant to be. And this is a way to kind of force you into really showing the world of who you are. Okay. And so that brings some burdens because you have to make this choice. And it's an emotional choice that's going to make you decide this. And when you do decide to do this, believe it or not, it's going to bring you a whole bunch of balance. Okay. It's going to bring you some temperance, a little peace and harmony. Because now you don't have to feel like you're going to be fake, in a sense. Not saying that you're all fake, but you know, it's a little reserved. So you're really like this, but you kind of bring a different facade to showing people things. So it's really like you're not letting people in to see the real you, right? And so now the divine is calling judgment for that. And when you have to decide to release these burdens and make this emotional choice to show your true self, that brings you this temperance. This brings you that harmony that you need within yourself. Sorry about the wake-up call, but that's just what it is. All right, so let's keep going and dissect this further and see what is going on with the rest of the story. Here comes your next card. Well, shoot. Once you get this balance, okay, once you really put into perspective of you need to show the world who you really are, quit kind of hiding behind this Titanic lady on the boat coming down the staircase. Even though you're coming off as being grounded and stable and showing that you're about this long-term kind of thing for whatever, you don't really give that emotion. Okay. So once you get this balance and this peace and harmony, you kind of really end all that self-betrayal, right? So it's like you take off the mask, you let everything go. Now you can like breathe a sigh of comfortability. You feel comfortable in this idea that you're shedding your skin, you're finding your own balance within yourself, you're bringing in harmony to yourself, because you're kind of being forced to. The divine is really putting this smackdown on you, in a sense, okay, with the judgment card. So let's keep going here and let's figure out, because that's pretty good once you release all those self-betrayals and, kind of the facade that you kind of had going on, which is, kind of an emotional thing, right? So you come off as this person that's strong, independent, stable, but really emotionally, you're only really given so much. It's not your full self, okay? And so this is why the divines come in and step in and say, cut that out. And you're a little PO'd about that because maybe you're a little vulnerable. Maybe you feel that, you might be judged on some things, really. But when you make this emotional decision, it brings you the balance and harmony you need in your life, ending any kind of self-sabotaging, self-betrayals, all this kind of stuff, right? Like I said, basically taking off the mask. There you go. Eight of Cups. So once you do that, you are really walking away from those emotional not fulfilling the whole idea of what you are presenting to people. So emotionally, now it's kind of like you leave this behind. Okay, so you might have came off flirtatious, you might have came off in this way emotionally, but physically you're coming off as you want a long term. You're solid and you're stable. So it's kind of like I don't want to say Jekyll and Hyde, but really it's kind of what it is. Okay, because you have Aries, Taurus, right? So Aries is very determined, very go-getter, very in your face, very like an entrepreneur kind of person. And then now when you have the Taurus side of you, it's more of grounding, stability, family, home life, all this kind of thing. So sometimes those two kind of can contradict each other. And this is that sense where it's kind of contradicting. And so now the divine is really calling you to gather yourself on both of those sides and put yourself in a better perspective. And once you do that, you make this emotional choice because it's too burdensome for you to keep carrying on this kind of way. So you find the balance in this, releasing all these kind of betrayals and all these kind of falsehoods, we'll say, and you leave this all behind emotionally, right? So you accept how you're supposed to be, you accept who you are. And now you're kind of like, I don't care if I'm going to show my true self because this is what I feel that I need to do. Okay. Let's keep it going here. Okay. So that puts you in the Five of Cups after you emotionally walk away, right? You emotionally leave all this behind because you're on the path to seek your own true happiness, which is really collaborating with, like I said, that Aries and Taurus and finding that balance to keep those two together. Because how can okay, so Aries is very driven, very passionate, very fiery. The Taurus is grounded, stable, and a little more, solid, long term. Aries is all about now, Taurus is all about later. Right? So this is the whole meaning of it, of really trying to get those two in balance for you, right? And when you do that, you realize you were kind of maybe sabotaging yourself in some things, some situations, right? And so when you emotionally leave that behind, now with the Five of Cups, it's not like you're frustrated, okay? Because you've already had that over here, right? You've carried those burdens, you cut the shit off, right? Sorry, right? But now with the five, it represents change. Cups is your emotions. So when you are able to understand the balance that you need to bring to technically like both your sides, the Aries and Taurus side, right? um, it changes the way that you feel. Okay. It changes the way you feel about yourself. So maybe you had these expectations of yourself and you had to put on this kind of front to the world, but inside you were feeling a little different. And so now the divine is saying, hey, cut that crap out, put yourself together and show the world who you really are. Okay. And you do that. And this is what changes your emotions. Okay. So let's see how this change is going to happen for you. Well, it's going to cause you to take a different path. Okay. So now you're going to go and have a different journey, right? It's like you took the leap of faith because the Fool card is underneath the Ten of Wands. And so the Ten of Wands is carrying a whole bunch of burden, stress, like you just too much on your plate, right? And so once you balance yourself, now the new journey, a new, isn't this interesting? Okay. Unstable connection. Come on now. I can't with that. Never in my life. Let me do something over here. Can't with this. Cutting me off of my life. So stupid. Alright, just sorry. Let me kill this friggin' Wi-Fi over here. Steampunk. All right. So now you're taking this fool's journey, right? Now, so now you're on a different path. You're going to go ahead and take this leap of faith to see, you know, where you're going to go as the new you. And it's going to bring you to the lovers. Okay. So it's not a divine connection. You're not going to go find a relationship, even though I don't know. I see here that with the lovers card underneath the Two of Cups, I mean, the new journey could make you find somebody. Okay, great. That's perfect. You still hear me? Okay, good. It just with connection is like buffering on Netflix or some crap. I don't understand that, but whatever. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that you're still here and you can hear me and see me. Right. Okay. So really here, it's not about a relationship, maybe a relationship with yourself. Okay. And this is the whole Aries Taurus thing, right? So now it's like you find that balance to put those two sides together. So it's like the Taurus calms down the Aries, and then the Aries kind of picks up the Taurus and, you know, speeds them up, right? So you find the duality within yourself. And this is the journey that you are on, because you need to really balance those two sides of yourself, because they can be very contradicting to each other. And this is how it is presented in the very beginning of these two cards. Very contradictory, off balance. Okay. So now the divine kicks it in, has you see what you need to see to find the adjustments that you need to make. And that brings you a whole bunch of balance, kind of releasing some burdens, releasing the things that you were kind of betraying yourself with. Okay. So you weren't really being true to yourself in that sense of finding your duality. And so now the journey that you're on, once you put this all together, is now complete. And you have balanced your duality. And so now it's like you're a new person, right? Very interesting with that. All right, we'll take you. Okay, so the Eight of Swords. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Thank you for coming in, Shiloh. Appreciate that. Bam. Okay, you know what's really weird? You know, I have people here leaving comments, but it's not showing anybody in the house, like as you know, the people count. So at least I know that you're in the comments. You guys are here. I appreciate my divine family supporting me in the way that you do. You guys are amazing. Okay. So the journey that you are now on, my friends, is this now balance of the duality. So you got the Aries, you got the Taurus, and now you're finding this fine line to really work with these two kind of opposite energies within yourself to pull that together. And so now with the Eight of Swords, you know, this could be a little confusing for you, right? It could be a little mental entrapment. Maybe you're just like not sure now what you have to do with yourself as a new self, in a sense, okay? Meaning once you put yourself together whole, the journey that you're on now is going to kind of confuse you. I mean, it's like, what do I do now? How do I be? You know what I mean? It's like kind of that, right? So let's get past this Eight of Swords and let's see what else is going to come up for you. Okay. So, well, now you have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So it's like, okay, slow and steady, sure, I'll give you that definition, but we're out the window with that. Waking up, dress kid. Hell yeah. Cheers to you, my friend. Gotta get the kids ready. You know, the kids are our future. So, hey, as long as mama's got the coffee, the kids are going to be out the door. You know what I mean? So, good job. You're getting yourself balanced and working everything out. Kind of what we're talking about here. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, I don't want to do the tarot definition because it really doesn't fit. This is more of you taking action for your stability, okay? So it's a little confusing for you on this new journey to have this new you in a sense, okay? In a new you, in a new sense, because you got that Lovers card and you found that duality because the Temperance card is out here. and the Two of Cups. You had to make this choice to find the balance between the Aries side and the Taurus side and put this all together. And the divine really kicked you in the ass to make this happen. Okay. So it's a little confusing for you, but you really start taking action to really stabilize this, right? So you recognize it, you understand it, you feel comfortable with this to be able to go out now into the world, we'll say, and show your true self, who you really are, right? So you can be that Aries that's all fiery and passionate and driven, and that Taurus that's more slow and steady, grounded, right? With the kids, getting them all worked out, right? Once you missing, that's crazy. That happened to me with my kids. You know what I mean? They're running around. They got like 2 seconds before the bus gets there. And they're like, I can't find my shoe. I'm like, did you look under the bed? Is in the closet? Where's the shoe? But socks are the worst. Okay. The sock. I like to match, right? And I like my kids to match. And, it's kind of appropriate, whatever. Some people don't care, but I kind of do. You got to present yourself to the world as how you want to be seen, right? But when it comes to socks, I could give two craps. It's like, okay, so you're going to wear a rainbow sock here. Aloha, my friend. Welcome. Come on in. We're just talking about getting kids ready for school and stuff. So it's like the socks, right? It's like, okay, you got your clothes, you're matching, you look good. You actually found your other shoe that was like outside in the garage. One shoe out there and one in under the bed. It's crazy how kids do that. But with the socks, it's like, okay, you're wearing a rainbow sock and then a white sock. And I don't care if you have mismatched socks. So tell your teacher, your friends, it's mismatched sock day. That was the only thing. Because there's always like one sock missing. The laundry monster ate that. And you can always find a left sock. Even though, is there really a left and right sock? Probably so when you look at the shape of putting on the sock. Yeah. Okay. So here you go. You start taking action for this stability, right? So that means you're really kind of getting out of this confusion of really finding the new you, putting that balance together of that Aries and Taurus, right? Because like I said, it can be very confusing to be so fiery, passionate, but so stable and grounded at the same time, right? And this is kind of what you were having a hard time with, and the divine kind of illuminated some things for you. Amen. Amen. Call it the sock monster, right? It's like there's always a sock missing when you do laundry. You just, I don't know. Can't pay the butt. So there you go. Now you're going to really accept this idea of being genuine, true to who you are. And you don't have to carry this facade of being either one Aries or Taurus. You put those two together and now you're like a, how do you say Aries and Taurus together? Aurores? You guys figure that out. Put that in the comment. Combine Aries and Taurus together and make it one word, and I'll give you a heart. Okay. So here we go. Let's keep going on this with your little journey that you got going on for yourself. There you go. Two of Wands. So now it's like once you balance those two sides of yourself, it's like now, even though this is looking like you have everything you need and you're not really satisfied because you keep looking out there, no, it gives you the choice to really find your passion and really accept for what you are as who you are and pursue this path that you're going to go down on, okay? Because you have the Fool card out here, right? So it's like now you are still kind of in your mind about, well, I'm feisty, but I'm grounded. So that's kind of like an oxymoron, right? Doesn't make sense. How can you be feisty and grounded at the same time? But you find this balance in that way. And so with the Two of Wands, it's like that's who you are. That's your core. That's your Aries Taurus cusp, right? So now it's like you are going to present to the world the new you, the Aries Taurus one word cusp kind of deal, right? I think you get what I'm saying. Because you found your duality. You put yourself together and you were able to find that fine balance between managing that kind of aggressive side of Aries and kind of the laid back side of the Taurus. I think you get what I'm saying. Here you like fourth cup of coffee. Enjoy. Yeah. So there you go. Two of Wands. So now you're presenting yourself to the world as you are. And then now look at you. Ace of Cups. Wow. So you go from having all these burdens of the Ten of Wands and all this Ten of Swords, mental confliction, struggles in dealing with people, places, and things that kind of maybe see people seeing you differently than what you are, and you're portraying yourself externally than how you are internally. That's that struggle between the Aries and Taurus. And so now here you are with the Ace of Cups, and now you have a brand new start in the way that you feel. So now you're invigorated. You really get the idea of putting those two sides together, presenting that one to the world now. And this just totally makes you emotionally abundant. Okay. Amen. That's really good. I mean, as a cusp, we do struggle with kind of dealing with, like, say, well, both sides, like the Aries Taurus. And so sometimes, often, because it's represented here with these burdens and then this self-betrayal kind of deal, we can kind of roadblock ourselves. You know what I mean? Meaning, like, the Aries side of you can be so passionate and so driven to really want to go ahead and do something like immediately, because you guys are kind of spontaneous that way. But then the Taurus side of you is like, well, let's just pull it back some. Let's just analyze a whole bunch of things. Let me dissect the whole entire thing until the end. And then if I'm going to be satisfied with that, then we're going to go with it. And that contradicts the Aries side of you. Okay. So here you really pull all that together in a very fine way, because the divine is making you see yourself in that way, which is really basically being true to yourself. And that just totally makes you feel in a different way emotionally, to be now happy with accepting who you are, pulling those two sides together and finding that fine line balance, right? So one's not conflicting the other. I'm telling you, it can be hard. There's always a fine line like that. So there you go. So once you have this emotional reset, we'll say a brand new way that you feel about yourself. Well, there's no nostalgia here. I mean, you might have looked back on some things and seen, well, yeah, this was kind of struggle and whatever, but this is really now perseverance in your emotions, right? So you're going to be emotionally stable in the way that you feel about yourself. And it's going to last. It's going to stay steady, right? It's going to be that slow and steady kind of, build up, right? And so you're going to really feel good about yourself once you put yourself in alignment, we'll say, to get this balance between both of those signs. I mean, it's hard being a cusper. It really is. Because it's like, what side do I play on? You know what I'm saying? Playing the Aries side, I'm playing the Taurus side, and that was too much for you. So now you're being called to really push those two together, and it's almost like making a whole new you. And once you get to being that, now you get this emotional excitement. Now you're like, oh, I like this. This is different. This is new. It's making me feel really settled. Okay. It's like finding the missing shoe. You're like, yay, now you can get on the bus and I don't have to drive you. Woo! Right? I'm just saying. Okay, so let's pull another card here and have some fun with this. Right? Okay, so the Star card, right? There you go. So this kind of heals you from this kind of showing yourself as a little flirty, but then also a little stable and grounded. And so now this is really some self-healing that you need to go through to really pull those two sides together. I mean, it's all about the duality. That's why I do these cusp readings. Oh, yes. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much. I wish you a beautiful day too. Good luck with getting everybody ready. Yeah. Kids are great. Kids are fantastic. Even if they're not my kids, they're still wonderful. So, amen. So this puts you in a little bit of healing perspective, okay? You're really kind of feeling, okay, we say nostalgic about how this process came about for you and the transformation that you have now gone through. And this brings you to kind of heal yourself, right? Heal yourself from the burdens that you were carrying with the Ten of Wands and, all the betrayals and kind of things that were really afflicting your mind. that all gets a little healed in this process. Okay. Wow. This is like, it's almost like a journey of self-discovery. Really. It really is. Because you definitely were conflicted with both sides of being like that Aries Taurus. Okay. Amen. This is great. I'm loving it. All right. Right. So now you're just moving away from all this kind of confliction that you had. You're moving away from the things that were, I wouldn't say fake, but it wasn't completely like wholeheartedly given yourself emotionally, but still being reserved as that, chick coming down the stairs on the Titanic with the Queen of Pentacles. Showing the world that you're stable and steady, but emotionally you kind of weren't. Okay. And you put this stuff together and you just move away from this energy. You just take off from it because you're starting to heal in that process. And look at you being happy, celebrating, right? Pitching the tent, setting up the little catering, whatever. So it's like you're celebrating within yourself, right? You're celebrating your victory. You're really understanding of what you needed to do to pull yourself together from both sides. And basically walking away from the old you into the new you. And this is that celebration. Driving to school. Okay. Oh, you are awesome. You're amazing. I love that. Thank you for the support. Right. So now you're like kind of Cinderella, right? You're happy. You're celebrating. You're really in this joyous kind of energy because there was a lot of problems with you being able to balance, like I said, both sides of you. There you go. And now this gives you a whole bunch of strength. So now you're the lion tamer, okay? So you've tamed the beast. So the beast could be the Aries, right? And the Taurus was like, whoosh, right? So you really pulled yourself to be grounded. You really still allowed yourself to get out of the box, to really pursue some creative endeavors that you might want, because Aries is very driven that way. But the Taurus was kind of conflicting with you to be, well, the analytical side had to study everything to make sure that the whole process of whatever you were going to do was going to work out. And so once you let all that go and you just let yourself be you, it's phenomenal. That's taming the beast, which makes you very happy, by the way. All righty. This is a very healing, a very perspective journey that you are on for your self-discovery. Okay. This is all about self-discovery here. Hello. Oh, lucky you. You get two cards that kind of flew out way over here. All right. So bottom's the top, top is the bottom. Sip your coffee, noobs. Hit the like button, subscribe, become part of the divine family, and then I'll give you these two cards. Here you go. There you go. Knight of Wands. So now you're very passionate. You're very invigorated by this new you. Look at you basking in the glory of the sun, right? I can't with all this happiness out here. So you find your happiness in this journey that you're on to really pull yourself together for both sides. This is amazing. You leave all these burdens, all these struggles that you had to do because you made this emotional choice to get a grip and pull those two sides together. That's not easy, my friends. It's not easy because, like I said, being an Aries Taurus, you have the fire, but then you have the tameness, being grounded as a Taurus. Where's the fine line of that balance? It's hard to get that. Because it's like one's fighting the other. One wants to go, one wants to draw back and chill. Made it to school, made it to spare. Well, I appreciate you taking me on the ride with you. You know what I mean? I try to keep it tame for the children. You know what I mean? So you're amazing. So now we're at school. Amen. You're at school. I'm at school. So we're schooling each other. Yeah, I like that. So there's your happiness. I hope it's a sunny day for you. Right? But you're going to feel this happiness. You're going to very much so bask in the glory of all the progression that you have made on your new journey, because this is a new journey for you to really have that self-discovery. Okay, I like this. Self-awareness, self-discovery is amazing, and it rubs off. Okay, it really does rub off, because it's all about energy. You know, if you're in a nice mood and you're just running around all happy-go-lucky, it kind of rubs off. So maybe somebody else is a little testy and having a bad day. They see your happiness, and now that in some way transforms them into be a little happy. Wow. Wow, this is good. Okay, so yeah, your happiness is ending all of the self-sabotage, right? The devil card, right? We can say beat it, devil, right? You capped both sides of these selves of you, because as a customer, you do really share both of those sides. And it's like you can dip in between one or the other. So one day you can be Aries, next day you can be Taurus. However that fits. Sometimes you can play it in the same day. You know what I mean? But here, you're happy that you have kind of really conquered the devil, which means you're not going to self-sabotage yourself anymore. You're going to accept this kind of new you, this temperance that you found for yourself to really get a grip on both of your sides and your mind and your emotions, right? So it's like the Aries is playing on the mind, the driven, you know, that kind of go-getter. And then the Taurus is kind of like, hey, let's just make sure that all these steps are in line before we go get it, right? And that could often lead to some self-sabotaging, because one side could really take control more than the other. But you understood it. You were kind of forced to do it, because force is the sense of being guided. Oh, you're welcome. Very much so. Reading. Oh, you know, it's kind of funny, but not really, because it's all of that collective energy, right? In some weird way, I pick up on your energy, right? And you haven't even talked to me until this morning, but the energy that I was pulling was from basically last night in my sleep. So when I wake up, it's like I'm definitely telling you what's going on with yourself. And a lot of people are getting that idea now. They're really coming on board. And they're really putting themselves in perspective to understand that I do bring the truth, but it's the truth for yourself. Okay. It's nothing ever in it for me. It's all about you. And so this is part of the way that I serve, and I help you guys out like you're helping me. So that's that collective energy that we draw off each other, right? So it's like you walk into the office and you're happy, and you're going to make somebody else happy because you're smiling and you're just showing that, you know, life is good, when there could be sitting in the dumps and having a bad day, right? And just that energy alone enough can really pull somebody out of that bad day and make them have a good day. That's that energy draw, okay? So there you go. You're happy about not self-sabotaging yourself in this situation. And now look at you. 6 of Pentacles. You gave yourself an even balance, a give and take. There's the Temperance card. I can't lie with this, people. You put yourself in balance. You said, hey, Aries, you got to slow down as the Taurus. And then the Aries is like, hey, Taurus, you got to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And that is that even balance and give and take that you had found in yourself now, right? And so now this is a whole new you working on the true, authentic self of yourself, because you're on this new journey. So you're going to start recognizing these things. And you're going to say, where the hell is this even coming from? How does this even happen? But it's the divine putting this together for you. It's making you do this. That's why judgment's there. You got no choice. Because you can't keep going around and pretending that you're, you know, you got much to offer and you're very stable, but here you are being a little withholding and, you know, kind of false hope a little bit, right? Not presenting your emotions completely, right? Wow. This is amazing. Hi, pup. What you doing? She's all stinky. I see her sniffing. It's my lab husky. She's a good girl. She's smelling the cows out there, so she's like, I want to go check it out. Hold on, babe. I'll open the door for you. Okay, so there you go. 6 of Pentacles. You gave yourself an even balance, a nice give and take, right? And I don't know. This is an amazing reading. I like this. Okay. And now this changes your mindset completely. Okay. So there's no heartbreak. There's no traditional tarot meaning. This is you, because it's threes are about change, exploring. Swords is your mind and your communication. So now, once you have all this perspective on yourself, you have now a change of mind of how you see yourself. Right? Because you are giving to yourself in that even give and take, that balance. Take a little bit of Aries, take a little bit of Taurus, and you put both of those out there. Right? It's like a new you. That's your journey to find your duality, to find that balance. And now this whole thing gives you a different perspective on how you see yourself, which would in turn present yourself in a different way to the world, which would be your true self. Okay, slow down there. And that's the transformation and change that is happening. This transforms you in a whole different way. Like I said, this is making you be your complete, authentic self. And that's the transformation. That's the death card. Because you're able to really now get the duality of both sides, the Aries and Taurus, the masculine and feminine, right? Because if you think about it, the Aries can be kind of dominant. And because they're go-getters, right? Right? They're go-getters. And then the Taurus is kind of reserved, a little more grounded. And so that balance is where you find this. And this is the transformation, because now you're liking kind of the new you, the authentic you, which you were very reserved in the past about. But you were made to cut that off, right? Judgment, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. The divine made you cut that off, which gives you a whole bunch of burdens to make this emotional choice. Pull yourself together. Parked, good. Driving and listening could be okay, but texting, not so much. So glad to know you parked. There you go. And you're not sorry about anything. Okay? You're not sorry for who you were. You're not sorry for who now that you've transformed yourself into, because you accept now the way that you are for both sides, right? So there's no more conflict. There's no more burdens of trying to be the Queen of Pentacles and showing yourself that you're this certain way on the physical. But then with the Knight of Cups, you're different emotionally, right? You don't portray yourself completely wholly as you should. And this is that whole change, because now you put those two together. So now you can still show yourself as this elegant kind of person that goes out and has this kind of stability, but then now you're going to really emotionally let yourself be who you are, as authentic as you can be. Okay, we'll take that. Okay. Why are you a little anxiety ridden? Why is there a little stress with this? Okay. So you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this new you, this new perspective, this new balance of gaining the Aries and Taurus collaboration as authentic as you can. I think that you might be a little nervous, a little worried about being this new you, and you're not really sure of how possibly the world's going to take you. But I say, if they don't take who you really are as being authentic, well, then hit the road. You know what I mean? Because if people can't accept you for who you are, then they're really not meant to be in your life. Dynamite. So you're a little stressed and you're a little worried about this new journey on this new you. And now you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, it's like, with a little bit of stress and anxiety that you got about this, the Nine of Swords is like, I feel that you feel yourself slipping, right? Maybe the slipping as in like self-consciousness. So maybe the new you is getting to be a little uncomfortable, which would be really represented in this here Nine of Swords, making yourself a little bit stressed, a little bit worried about dealing with this and showing the world this. But here you go with the Nine of Swords. It's like now you're consciously taking action to really be mindful. Okay. So you're not going to let this slip. You're going to realize the journey that you're going on. You're going to understand the new you and in this perspective of putting both of those sides together and not letting the Aries take over more than the Taurus or the Taurus take over more than the Aries. You get that balance. And so you find yourself maybe slipping in this, a little nervous to really, anything that we start new can be uncomfortable. I mean, it really can. It can be uncomfortable. We start getting in our heads about what's going on, what people are going to think. Oh, a double major. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I think I did a reading about some kind of opportunity like this for you guys. I mean, I'm ahead of my readings anyways, but this is I'm feeling this idea that I did a reading about some opportunity coming that's going to be pretty big. And it's just kind of coming out of nowhere. They present it to you. Well, that's like a round of applause, right? Congratulations, my friend. That's amazing. A double major is like, what? Wow. Congratulations. Huge responsibility. I mean, the honor is just flattering, right? Because they're just bringing this to you like, here you go. Here's your silver platter. Here's what you deserve, right? I mean, congratulations to you. Bravo. If I had a trophy for you, I'd give it to you. But, that's great. So here we go with the next card. Ooh, you got two cards. Okay, so you got the Hangman, which we do this because I don't really do reversals. Okay, so now it's like you take a pause. You're able to breathe, right? You're able to settle yourself down and breathe. And now you're going to sit on your throne as the King of Wands, and you're going to be very passionate about what you do and how you're going to do it because you're sitting very high up on your throne, a little cushy throne, right? But it invigorates your passion, right? It really makes you feel like, okay, I can overcome everything. Even the stress and worries in my life, I'm not going to be sorry for that because now I understand that there are going to be those things that might throw us a curveball in life. And that could throw one side off more than the other. So like, say for instance, Aries really don't like to fail. They don't. See, I just said can't fail and you said fail. Right? Aries don't like to fail. But then when it looks like you're going to fail, well then in this sense, now the Taurus kicks in, stabilizes everything, gets things a little more grounded, right? Individual disabilities and mental health. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. When I was in the service, I got racked. Okay, I got racked. I had a lot of disabilities. Like I have like 13 disabilities. 13 things wrong with me. But the mental health is important too because going through war twice, little severe PTSD, right? And so cognitive behavioral therapy helped me really go through that. So I commend you, my friend. That is amazing to be able to not only handle people with disabilities and the mental health. You definitely got this Aries Taurus mixed together. Perfect, right? Find balance for yourself. Okay. Congratulations on your new journey. On your new journey, my friend. That's amazing. And I'm glad you found the other shoe. All right, so there you go, sitting on your little velvet throne over there. I love it. I love it because you won't let yourself fail, and you didn't. Because now you're going to hold on to this kind of stability. I mean, what can I say? The energy draw here is just so amazing with you, and hopefully everybody else that watches this reading can feel the same way because it's like I'm talking for you, and then you're confirming it in the comments. So hold on to stability because it's going to be good. And you have that duality going on. And so then you go, the disabilities, the mental health, that's the duality. So now you have that drive to help people, but also soothe them in their issues. You know what I'm saying? Bravo. There you go. Now you can hold on to the stability, and it's going to really set you good. That's your new journey. And also your mind is at rest. So there's no more battling yourself. There's no more conflict within yourself. There's no more, hey, Taurus, step it up. And Taurus is like, hey, Aries, slow it down. There's no more of that. You'll be on it. LOL, my journey. Oh, thanks. Oh, you didn't find the shoe? Sorry about that. Well, sometimes time is a little pressing and, we just got to go with some things. So improvising is where, you guys find that fine balance, right? So, yes. Fantastic. Amazing. Thank you for your comments, right? This is great. So not only do you stick with this stability and you're comfortable with holding on to your new journey, your new opportunities, right? In this duality, not only within yourself, but obviously with your jobs or your job. You lay all this kind of shizer to rest, which means the conflict between the grounding and then keep being spontaneous. You find that big balance. And now everything is just going to be stable, stable, stable. Not only within yourself, but within your life, because like I said, it's a new journey that helps you get this balance, right? Wow. I can just say, wow. It's like capital W, capital O, capital W, capital wow. Here we go. Okay, so interesting factoid. This is happening really fast. I mean, in a blink of an eye, almost fast, right? So 1 minute you're this way, conflicted, confused, having some struggles, having some blockages, and all of a sudden you get a perspective. And this perspective turns you around because the divine is making you really snap judgment on yourself. And now everything is starting to come in very fast. Your stability, your job, everything just coordinates together to be in this balance. Wow. Wow. This is fantastic. I mean, this is an amazing journey. And it's happening really quickly. All right, we'll take you. Right. Okay. So now you have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Let me look at this here real quick. Okay, that's pretty simple. You decided to choose stability. Okay, because twos are about choices. Pentacles is your earthly realm. It's your money and stuff, whatever. But it's really about stability. So this happens very quickly because you decided to choose on what is stable for you, which is getting both of those sides of yourself together, obviously pursuing yourself on a new journey, taking that spontaneous, right in your face kind of Aries attitude, but with the mindset of a goal, long-term, stable as a Taurus could be. You chose your stability. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay, that's too many. Sorry, I don't want to take 7 cards when I need 1. Okay, here we go. Bam. All right, so now, because you chose stability, is going to be an offer presented. I can't with this opportunity that you're getting right now, but here it is showing me you're going to be presented an opportunity of stability. Wow, so someone's going to give you something, which Pentacles is job related. So they're going to offer you something that's going to be very, very rewarding. See, rewarding, justice. This is your justice. I can't with myself over here and then looking at the comments and saying this is exactly what's going on. Wow. So this is what you deserve. This is what you deserve because you were able to fine tune yourself and get that balance to really find a new you in a sense. And when you get this new you, it takes off on a new journey, new opportunities. And your justice is you're going to be rewarded. Someone's going to bring you some kind of stability. So money, finances, career, job. Like, oh my God, I can't even deal with the reality of what's going on right now. But it is the truth, my friend. And I'll never stop bringing you the truth. So that's your justice. How you like that? And guess what? Let's talk about the duality. Justice. The scales of justice. That's balance. Temperance card. Peace, harmony, balance. Two of Cups, making a decision, balancing both sides, your yin and your yang. The Lover's card, duality, getting a grip on both sides. I'm surprised, but I'm really not. Okay. Because like I said, I pull the truth for you guys, and the truth stands. So there you go. That is your justice. So congratulations on your new life, your new opportunities, because it's going to bring a whole bunch of stability for you because you were able to put both of your sides together. Get a grip on the Aries, get a grip on the Taurus, and find that happy medium. And when you do, things just take off. So I think I'm going to leave it there with the Justice card. You guys are amazing. I mean, you guys have really supported me in ways that you have no idea. Okay? Not on the physical sense. Well, maybe because you guys are leaving comments and responding back. That's kind of physical. But the emotional sense of you guys supporting me, it's phenomenal. Because I'm just like at my goal with what I'm trying to do here for y'all. And I'm like right there. Okay? And so I want to give you guys a big thank you for helping me find my justice and my balance to be able to work this all out for you, to keep myself in my truth, but bring you the truth. Okay. So enjoy that. It's going to be a nice life for you, right? And keep going, right? Don't lose faith in yourself. Don't ever think second of yourself. Always put yourself first, because you know why? You're the best. And with that being said, my friends, I really, really hope you have a great day. And I'll see you soon. Mwah! Blessings to y'all. Have a grateful day. And we'll see you again.